Hi there and welcome to my Golden Core tutorial for Amazing Cultivation Simulator. I'm Icon and this video will guide you through all the necessary steps to achieve a Golden Core of a, okay-ish rank. Well, you're definitely gonna hit rank 5 with if you follow the things I have gathered in this video for you. So let's get started. First up in this game, the Golden Core promotion is the first breakthrough, which works completely different compared to the breakthroughs before. So first up, you're having your outer disciples, then come the inner disciples, but the breakthrough to a Golden Core person doesn't display itself in a percentual chance anymore. It's showing you an estimated quality of Golden Core, but what does that even mean? So Golden Core comes in quality levels tiered from 9, the lowest level, to 1, the highest level. The most important part to know is the higher your level of Golden Core is, the more firepower your cultivator will have, and also achieving immortality grows harder and harder the lower your Golden Core level is. Well, to give you an example for your imagination, imagine that you're cultivating a massive spellcaster, and well, the Golden Core is like your foundation towards immortality. It's your foundation stone. So if that foundation stone is weak, your path to immortality will also be rather weak. So how do you change that rank though? So I'm going to start up with the most obvious things first. So as we see here, the Golden Core is being influenced by the same things as other breakthroughs. So mental state is of importance, yin yang, which is always the time of day. You can influence that by checking out which time of day nets you in 5+ dots here, and then it's quite easy. A breakthrough always needs 12 hours of time. So if, for example, noon is the ideal yin-yang time, you're going to start your breakthrough at midnight, because the game always checks the yin-yang influence at the end of the procedure. So weather, I'm going to talk about weather later, but first up, every cultivation element has weather events that are giving you extra percentages here. Season, so the info text here tells you everything you need to know. Seasons are influencing the elements. So to achieve a high level, I strongly recommend to do the Golden Core promotion during the fitting season. And this one here, as we see here, I have a triple minus there. This reflects how well the character's stats fit to the law. So as we see here, Lin is actually pretty bad, a bad fit for his law. That means his basic attributes are not that good. So this one is really the hardest part to change. So take care that your guides are having a nice fit to their law. When you promote them, you can see here how good they match to each other. There's also a really good mod. I think it's law anything. I'm going to put the name of the mod in the description below. So, but that's the basics, which are quite easily understandable. So let's check out what's happening here. This is his room. No, that was his room. So when we mouse over here, you see the location offers chi bonus and element bonus. So while the base chance here, or the base quality, seems to be 7 or 8, I think, without any bonuses. Over here, the quality already climbs to a 6. So chi bonus and element bonus, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So chi bonus is the amount of stored chi around the position where the breakthrough is going to be attempted. Therefore, you want to put as many chi gathering items around the cultivation spot as possible. This is basic cultivation knowledge, but I'm going to gobble it up anyways to help you across the way. So I really like to use spirit wood, and well, this only works really good for people who are fire elemental, because as you see here, fire begets wood, and therefore everything. If you want to improve a fire breakthrough, surround it with wood. If you want to improve a earth breakthrough, surround it with fire, and so on and so forth. You see in the tooltip here, spirit woods gather chi amount and range. So as you see here, range 4. So 1, always start from the always start counting from the starting square. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put up pedestals with spirit wood everywhere in the range of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted up and did as much as I could. Also, there are higher quality items. You see here on the tier. Tier here is spirit relic in brackets 7. Here tier is treasure in brackets 5. This is the quality level. The higher the better, basically. And the better the items are, the more chi they can gather or store. And yeah, you see here this gnarled vine is storing almost 11k of chi, whereas the spirit wood only stores 8k. And the further we get away from the center, the numbers drop lower and lower. So if you're not running a fire cultivator, so this is an earth cultivator's room, here I used fire essence bars because they are chi gatherers as well. And I'm still using spirit wood on the outer borders, which are actually 4 squares away. Because in case you didn't know it, elemental influence always goes only 3 squares. So for example, this ice crystal ore will only influence here, 1, 2, 3. This is the last square, which is influenced by water feng shui. And you want to keep the square where your cultivator is doing his breakthrough as clean as possible with the fitting elements. As you see here, we have pure fire feng shui, which is good because earth begets fire, so it's being baked in in the fire, and this way we achieved a pretty decent point. My wood cultivator's room looks like this, so this is even better. So I would be trying to replace these sensors here with the fire essence bars later down the road too. I just didn't have enough resources yet. So decorations are good if you have nothing better, because they might not be storing chi, but they are forming the element into a favorable position. So here, this is the wood cultivator's room, brim filled with water elemental influences, 3 squares around. So you see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Everything in a radius of 3 is comprised of water feng shui to give here. Timing is sadly not at the breakthrough right now. So this would be an element bonus of 5. And let's see. Here we receive, well, a chi bonus of 5. Element is here detrimental because she's a fire cultivator. And we see here chi bonus is also very high. So if your chi bonus is not high enough, you're not having enough items with have a gather chi stat on them, or they haven't been lying around for 5 days. So that's also one thing. You have to let these items gather chi for at least 5 days. Whenever they are getting moved, they need 5 days to really fully stock up. And as you see here, since I have lots and lots of cold elemental items in here, I put up igneo-copper items to raise back the temperature, because fire elemental items raise temperatures and vice versa. So if you put them far away enough from the cultivator spot, you can even put fire items into a water cultivation room, no problem. They just need to be further away than 3 squares from the position where the cultivator is doing his job. That's one thing that really didn't make sense to me at the first glance. So here the fire cultivator's room is adorned with ice crystal ore bits and bobs to reduce the temperature again. So this way you can create pretty much every room. So a metal cultivator would have a metal center piece adorned by earthen items, so you would need to find treasures with the earth element and a chi gather attribute. So it's a lot about finding the right items you can put around your cultivator's place, which have a chi gather attribute and have the fitting element. So ice essence bars and fire essence bars are worth mentioning because you can create them out of igneo copper and beast blood. Beast Blood is quite easily achievable once you have core shapers or a decently trained animal. You can find the fitting monsters in the area around here. All right, but that's only the first half of things. This is everything you can do to increase the factors I have shown you here, but that won't be enough to get you to a higher quality than, I guess, 5 or such, because there are other stats which are really important, and the most important stat is the maximum chi amount. Because once the golden core breakthrough is running, your character tries to channel as much chi as possible in the time of 12 hours. So you need to bring up as much maximum chi as possible. Chi sense and chi regeneration are the 3 key stats you want to improve on to increase the outcome. So there are a few things you can do. First up, you can transcribe every law with here, transcribe, and then you transcribe a complete law. Here I already have transcribed all the laws. And what will happen then, the person will put in all the skills he can learn into this manual pedestal, and then everybody can learn anything. So basically every law you have learned should be transcribed in here, because then you can order your people to study skills. So well, sadly, most people here in this example are already fully stacked out on the max chi skills. So you can study here, and if we type in chi and check mark this here, you'll only get shown the skills which are related somehow to chi, and then we're just checking out every skill that increases max chi or increases chi sense or chi regeneration. You're gonna let them learn that, because after they have learned all this, they're gonna have a way higher chance. So you want to acquire as many laws as possible, therefore, and as many skills as possible which increase your max chi. That's also a very, very helpful thing. And the third foundation your ascension or to the golden core is relying upon is food and medicine. So there are certain food items which increase the maximum amount of chi. So Ganoderma, for example. In the description, it's stated out, slightly increase max chi if consumed directly. There are 3 items which you can acquire quite easily, which do a lot of difference. That's red ginseng, Ganoderma, and earth flux. These 3 items are really, really powerful, and you can always check out how much of this stuff somebody can eat by opening up their health score, and here you see these percentage amounts tell you how saturated somebody is of a substance. I can already tell you earth flux 2 times, red ginseng 3 times, well, until it's basically around the 90% mark. You can find these items on adventures. In case you're insecure, you should be going for your neighbors here at Mount Shu. You'll find the earth fluxes here at Gemspring Cave. Gemspring Cave will be unlocked once you did enough adventures at Mount Shu. You see down here, this percentage amount is the exploration. This increases every time you do adventures somewhere. You see here at Mount Tiger Paw, I'm at 50% exploration. Here I'm at 0% exploration. To access these red areas, you need to drop visit, then you give them 1 spirit stone, confirm, then they are giving you a ridiculous response. Then you can go for trading, select access, dump in 200 spirit stones, because that's the price, and then you're gaining access, and then you can go adventuring there. So every sect has its own items to acquire. The Ganoderma and the red ginseng are acquirable as a background perk. There's a medicine crafter background perk, so you start with 10 or 20 uses of that stuff. But they're all acquirable in the vicinity here. I don't want to spoiler everything. I just wanted to pinpoint you towards the Gemspring Cave, because the earth flux is making like it made like 60 or 70% of the impact here. You can acquire these other items via traders or other adventures. It's really worth traveling around due to that. You see here the Exultant Isle has also the Earth Flux thingy, so look for them. You'll find them somewhere in between. But don't worry about ginseng and ganoderma too much if you're not able to acquire them, because one thing that's really worth knowing, your first golden core people don't need to be of that high rank at all, because first of all, pretty much every single law has some ritual or miracle, like where was it? Reverie, rebirth. So here, for example, you will be reincarnated as a mortal if you use that. This is there are several ways to use that. The game gives you only a glimpse on how this can be used, but the most obvious use in relation to this tutorial is if you ever mess up with the outcome of somebody's golden core, you can always rebirth them as a regular mortal when you know what you're doing. So if you just want to experiment around and check out what's happening, please do so. Most importantly, there's plenty of miracles on the golden core state, which influence the weather. There's the weather again. So I already taught here Hoji the chant of cloud dispelling, which will make sunny weather. Sunny weather increases the quality of fire cultivators, for example. So whenever weather events spawn, check out if they influence your breakthrough chances when you have people available for breakthroughs, and try to memorize which ones interact with each other. You can always right-click them too to open up the comment section. Very often there's helpful comments in there too. So with these things that I taught you here, I managed to give Hoji a tier 3 golden core. That's my first golden core that I ever attempted in the game, and I would say it worked out. So big thanks to the community helping me to accumulate all that knowledge. Also, I dumped a link to a very, very good guide in the description below, where you can read all the spoilers if you want them. You really can dig in all the information, where you can find which material and whatnot. I tried to keep that to a bare minimum. Just wanted to point out the earth fluxes because I feel like you should know about them. Alright, so drop me a comment down below if you feel like I forgot anything really important. Just add it, or ask questions if there are things you might want to know. I'm open, and the other people around here are also open to answer those questions. So leave a like, leave a subscribe if that was helpful for you. I'd be appreciating your help so much, and I hope you're having a great time, and see you soon. Goodbye.